Hello students, so in this video we're going to be looking at multiplying by tens and moving in groups of 10. So when we multiply, there's some patterns that we can follow to help us out, especially when we get into bigger numbers. So in this unit for math, you're going to need to know a few terms to reference when you go through the worksheets that go with our Bridges material. So if you haven't been in class, you might want to make a note of what this stuff all means. So here in um, this first example, you see on your sheets and they're talking about units, strips, and mats. This is what they mean. So the unit is 1 centimeter. The strip is 10 centimeters, and they put it vertically. And the mat is 100 centimeters because it's 10 by 10. I'm going to go to the next screen, and I apologize I have to use my teacher book because I didn't have a better picture. So let's back this up, make this smaller. Okay, so I know this is kind of hard to see, but here's what we have, and this is what we put up on the wall in class. So we have our 1 centimeter unit, so that's our 1 unit. Then we have 10 centimeters, that's our strip. We have 100 centimeters in this square altogether, so that is our mat. And there's another term they used that we used last week, and some of you asked me what that meant. So if you did that work last week and you didn't know what it meant, here's that information. So this is the strip mat. So it is comprised of 10 of these mats. So you can see they went from a strip to a mat to a strip mat, and this has a total of 1,000 centimeter cubes in it. So 1,000 centimeter cubes. If you were looking to reference this in real life, this 1 is 1 centimeter. This is 10 centimeters, 100 centimeters, and then this 1,000 altogether, but one row of these would be 100 centimeters, and that is a meter. So if your family has a yardstick or a meter stick, that's the frame of reference you want to think about. And I'll post another video tomorrow when I'm at school so you can see those references. And then on our big wall, we've made this big bad guy. So it is 10 by 10 of these squares, which means there's 100 squares, and then within those is so 100 by 100 gives us this 10,000. So within there's 100 big squares, and then there's 10,000 of the super tiny unit. So this is our big one, and I don't think they've referenced that in the work yet, but I just wanted to give you that frame of mind. So you have your 1 unit, you have your strip, you have your mat, and you have your strip mat. So let's go to the other screen. I apologize, I'm clicking around. Okay, so we're gonna kind of use some of that information to answer these problems in this lesson. So let me go back because there's one thing I forgot to tell you. So I want you to think about the relationship between 1 to 10, 10 to 100, 10 to 1,000, and then 1,000 to 10,000. So think of what they multiplied each time to go to that bigger number. So when you know, I want you to put it in the comments of this video and then keep going with the rest of the assignment. So you can pause here and then write that down. How did they go from 1 to 10 to 100 to 1,000 to 10,000? What did they multiply by? Okay, so if you said they multiplied by 10 each time, you're absolutely correct. So they did 1 times 10 to get 10, 10 times 10 to get 100, 100 times 10 to get 1,000, and 1,000 times 10 to get 10,000. So you can see in this lesson today, we're going to be practicing and multiplying by tens and what that actually looks like, because there's seen some misconceptions in our work and we want to clear those up. So for today's lesson, I'm going to be looking at this Flores problem. So when we meet for Zoom today, this is what we're going to be focusing on and practicing. So I'm going to read this to you, and then I want you to think about it, and then when you come to Zoom today, we are going to actually work through these problems together. So Flora wanted to make a shirt for her little brother's teddy bear. She needed exactly 240 square centimeters of cloth. She cut a rectangle of cloth that was 6 centimeters by 10 centimeters. Was that enough? So think about that in your head. 6 times 10, was that enough? So we're going to do this in Zoom today. So what is the problem asking us to do? What information will we need to solve it? And then it asks us to solve the problem. So take some time, write down this information, and then when you come to Zoom, this is the problem we'll be focusing on. Have a great day.